Creative Mermaids. So this is it, week 1 of my weekly video series. So basically what I want to do is do a video that kind of ties into the theme of whatever the theme is in the Creative Mermaids Facebook group is. And this week it is about your comfort zone. Yeah, and of course we all talk about comfort zones, we all know it, and the big thing is, you know, life begins at the end of your comfort zone, blah 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 blah. And that's great and that's fine, and we all kind of know it, and then we ignore it. And I think the reason why we ignore it is not because we don't accept that life begins at the end of the comfort zone, so much as we're actually much more judgmental of ourselves, and we judge our comfort zone. And I think this is something that we've got to stop doing, or at the very least we need to recognize we're doing it, and then we can work with it. And I think this is why a lot of things don't work, and that we know it, we read it, you know, like from 10 different places, and we still are not implementing it. And I think that's because we're not going deeper. We're not looking at what's making these things tick the way they're ticking. So yeah, we know this, but it doesn't matter if the real issue is down here. And yeah, so I think part of this big thing is judgment. We judge ourselves all the freaking time, and I do. And I think this is huge and something that we shouldn't be doing. And part of the combating this is to actually look at, am I judging myself and my comfort zone? And I think this is something that, you know, people often do, and I do it myself. I mean, this was an example that I gave in the Facebook group, in that in some ways, you know, I think, okay, you know, I'm quote unquote brave. I have no problem going out. You know, I rode my motorcycle halfway around the world. You know, I've crashed it on every single one of my major trips, and I've done it, and I keep doing it again. You know, I ripped my knee open in Turkey. I had a concussion and landed myself in Iceland in hospital for a week. And on the world trip, I sailed my motorcycle off a cliff in Mongolia, and thankfully only just got bruised and banged up, but the bike got a bit twisted. So, but I kept going. But you know what? And a lot of people go, yeah, you know, this is so great and whatever. But actually, for me, those things weren't really scary. This is things I love when I do it. And I think that when you try to compare yourself to other people on these things, that's where the real issue comes from. Because you're like, well, you know, I'm having issues doing a video, but this person over here does like 60 videos a week, and so I'm not even going to bother. You can't judge your comfort zone. You know how long it took me to buy a freaking crock pot? I hear people, because I'm terrified of the idea of cooking and trying this new thing. And you know, what did I think was going to happen? The worst thing that was going to happen was that I had a crappy meal. But literally, it took a year of constantly talking to my 2 best friends about how much my fear of a crock pot is stopping me from buying one. But wouldn't it be great if I had one, especially now that I had a baby? Like, seriously, guys, it doesn't matter where your comfort zone is. If your comfort zone is getting a shower that day and you did it, pat yourself on the fucking back, because this is huge. And I think this is a big thing, because my comfort zone is very different from your comfort zone, and we all have really weird triggers, and they're different triggers. And therefore I think the important thing is just that we do something and stop looking at other people and going, I can't do that, that's way out there in my comfort zone. Here's my comfort zone, whatever it is. Even if for something else it's out here, but then something weird like cooking, it's all the way over here. It doesn't matter. Don't care if this is within here of this person's comfort zone. Ignore it. Doesn't matter. What's important is that you're doing something that pushes your boundaries. Stop looking at everyone else. And I know this is a hard thing with being a creative, because you're always looking at other people. I mean, I hope if you are a creative, you're consuming other people's creative content and you're going, wow, this is so awesome. I mean, this is the reason why I didn't write for a very long time, because I was looking at Neil Gaiman, or Michael Crummy or Michael Ondaatje and going, oh man, I'll never be these guys. You know, Alice Munro, I'll never be her. And I wouldn't write. And that's crap. That's stupid. That's bullshit. Because if I'm not practicing, I'll never get there anyway. But even if with 10,000 hours of practice I still don't get there, who cares? Why am I stopping myself from something I enjoy, like dancing? I often don't dance because I love dancing, but I feel like I'm a crappy dancer. Who cares? Stop looking at other people, work within your own comfort zones, and you'll find an amazing difference. Yes. And so within that, I also just wanted to say that my other comfort zone thing is that I'm finally starting to share on my actual page, like my Sherry McCarthy normal Facebook page, about the Creative Mermaids. And again, this is something that most people be like, yeah, so what? But this is huge for me. It really is, to actually say that, you know what, this is something that I'm proud of, and I want this to work, and I want to help people be creative people by really digging into what the issues are. And I'm putting it out there, and this is huge, because normally I'm like, no, this is too close to me, so I have to protect it. And actually kind of shoving it out there into the world and letting it be exposed and see if it can stand on its own 2 feet or not, and then having to rush forward and prop it up and protect it and do all these different things to make it work. It's a big deal for me. And yeah, So that's it, guys. That was a lot of rambling. I need to get practice with these videos, but again, you know, not just do as you say, but also do what I preach. And this is one of the things that I really do believe. You know what? Just do it. Who gives a crap? And even if I get trolled, really and honestly, that you got nothing better in your life than to troll me. But this is the kind of thing that kind of scares me and normally would keep me from doing it. And now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. And the worst thing that happens is that one time I talk about that time that I try to do this Creative Mermaid thing and put some stupid videos out on Facebook. And you know what? If that's the worst thing that I do in my life, I'm doing okay. So stop beating yourself up. Whatever your comfort zone is, don't judge it. And if you want to join the conversation, pop over to the Facebook group. The link should be down below. And or sign up over on the Creative Mermaids page. And follow us, talk to us, and let's figure out what our creative blocks are together and move past them.